What's up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, alongside
Katie Lobliner.
What's going on? So you're able to train like a bodybuilder again.
I'm doing some cool stuff.
What kind of cool stuff? Overhead squats, which you guys saw on my Instagram.
Yeah, I learned how to do overhead squats, which I've never done before. And the first day I tried, I was able to get it, which was pretty cool. I have good shoulder mobility, I guess, so that helps. So I worked up to a 45-pound bar last week.
That's crazy.
And tomorrow I'm going to work with Dr. Stu and Nathan.
Nate Baxter, the Australian champion powerlifter. He's actually the national champion in Australia. What do you think Nate weighs? About 724 pounds?
I just know he's a big guy, and I was worried my chairs were going to break when he was here last night.
Okay, he came over for dinner with Stu and his family, and Nate picked the chair with the armrests
on the sides of the
and I was wondering how the hell he squeezed his fat ass in the armrest. You know what I mean? Nate's a big dude. He didn't eat that much for a dude his size. I mean, I cooked like 12 pounds of ribs just to make sure that we could feed his big ass. Because, I mean...
He didn't eat that much. I was like, you want to take some with? No.
No, I mean, he's obviously watching his weight.
Yeah, clearly.
I know that before the Arnold, he and his buddies like to see who can weigh more. That's like their thing. So, I mean, he's been obviously eating big for this.
Yeah. So, yeah, I get to work with him tomorrow, and I'm going to try to film some of that.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I mean, Stu and Nate, I mean, Nate's big on the eye thing, the whole cognition.
Right, that's one of the things I'm going to work with him because my cerebellum has problems doing the coordination things. Like when you do a Spider-Man crawl, Stu had me to try to do it backwards, and I just couldn't do it.
Cammy took about 2 tries to get. She hasn't done it in a while, but once she got it down, I think once you mentally map it,
yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, you didn't play sports as a kid. Athletes are wired a bit differently when you do it for years and learning new things. And Katie was a cheerleader, and their big claim to fame is holding up a D and a fence. So I mean, that was tough.
I never held up letters.
You never held up letters? No. Really? Were you?
Oh, so here's a back exercise before, and I had Stu correct me on this. Before, I was reaching all the way down to the ground, and I felt like, okay, I'm getting more of a range of motion, but I wasn't keeping my core tight. So notice when I do this, I keep my back straight and locked, my core locked and loaded, as Stu likes to say, and focus on pulling it up, even though I probably could have pulled it up higher and a little slower.
You don't want to pull it too much. I mean, to the point where you're not getting a contraction.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at these, I go extremely light, slight arch in the back, and I pull it up nice and controlled. By the time we got to this, we've done so much isolation that it was hard. And I think that if you look at this, you're in a very precarious position with a bent over row. Here you go with low rows. Yeah.
I wasn't going very heavy on those. I think I was pretty tired, and I'm very cautious with getting back into the workouts that I was doing.
With high volume training, you really can't go balls to the wall every set.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do higher reps, you got intensity or volume. You can't have both all the time. So, I mean, if you're going to train like Dorian, train like Dorian. He did one all-out set.
I was also super sore from having done the overhead squats a day or two prior. It felt areas of my back and stuff that I hadn't really felt before. Oh,
and this is the last one. Now we got to get Nate. You were
my brain. Yeah, once I get my balance, I'm okay. But I have to really think to get set for the flamingo.
That's the thing. The flamingo. I don't even know what the fuck it's called. But here's the deal: is that when you're doing a set, you got to think it out and mentally set it before you just start going.
I lost my balance.
That's Cammy's problem.
No, you said something to me there, and that made me laugh.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Our daughter, her problem is she just does. And she doesn't always listen. So sometimes you just got to take a step back and say, just stop doing.
Yeah.
And start listening. So there you go. Anything you want to say? It's almost over.
No, I'm just glad to be back to training like I was and doing some new things that are fun.
Yeah, and that's it. So, yep. We're almost done. See you guys at the Arnold, booth 1831 with Drug Miller and all my friends. It's not a game.
I can't even remember what to say.
It's been a while.